Good evening, Talkin Sticks family. This is your host, Krumi of Talkin Sticks. Tonight, actually, I have the ultimate pleasure to bring to you Jay Lowe, the creator of the BrotherHood No1 Cigar by Oscar Fedores. I am so excited to have him on the show, have him doing an interview, and us making this happen. Because as you all know, Talkin Sticks is all about entrepreneurs, small business owners, to highlight and talk about their journey and their endeavors and what they're doing. And this man is a man of many titles. And we're going to get into that. I'm going to let him talk about it. But Jay, thank you. Welcome. And welcome.
Thank you, man. I'm super glad to be here. When you reached out, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm ready to do an interview. It's been a little time, and I'm always excited to talk about what I have moving and the projects that I'm working on. So, I thought it was no better time to share with you.
So, to give you guys in the Talkin Sticks family a little brief history before we cut out cigars and we make a toast and we talk about the cigar that we're smoking on today, which I'm excited to try. Jay originally followed my page. I didn't look at his Instagram right away. I was just happy to get followers. Then he posted a story about shaving, switching from a straight razor and stuff like that. And I told him about this company called Bevel. And, I told him about the company Bevel, and then I actually sat down and I looked at his page, and it said that he was an entrepreneur. And from there, I just started a combo with him, and Jay was very responsive, and we talked and we vibed out, and it's just been a good experience as far as being an entrepreneur myself and having someone follow you. And it was a learning experience to sit down and look at the person's bio, look who follows you, interact with them, have conversations, because you never know who you're talking to. You never know who's following you. And this man right here is just a man of many hats. And we're going to get into it. We're going to dive into it. And I don't want to even spoil it. I want him to break all the news and everything like that. and tell us more about himself and everything that he's doing. So, Jay, let us, and I'm going to let you say it off. What are we lighting up today?
Today we are lighting the BrotherHood No1. We get that closer to the camera. It is made by myself, Oscar Fedores, the cigar shop. It is a Toro size, and it's Sumatra wrapper, and the binder and filler are both Nicaraguan. So that's what we're going to do today.
Okay, so we're going to cut. We're going to light up. And Jay, if you don't mind, as I have all my interviewees do, you will make the toast, and we will get right into questioning.
All right. Let's have a toast to friendship, to brotherhood, to long-lasting relationships, and progressive dreams that we make into reality.
I toast to that. Side on my makeshift Talkin Sticks lounge deck area, but I'm here.
It's all about progression, brother. It doesn't matter where you start; it's about where you finish. And because you have a makeshift. Hell, I started in a makeshift, and just keep on building. You know what I mean? It's all about the building blocks. It's all about the building blocks.
Tonight, Jay, it's all about you, bro. It's all about you right now. and it's all about the Brotherhood #1. So
Appreciate it.
let's get into this. My first question for the night for you, Jay, I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Is
Oh yeah.
tell us about the cigar shop and where it's located.
Okay, so the cigar shop started 12 years ago in Monroe, North Carolina, which is about 25 minutes south of Charlotte. It just started off as a little dream, just some guys playing poker, having a good time. They then bought a trailer, and then they moved into a trailer, which we used to love, man. The trailer was home, but we outgrew it. We now are in Indian Trail. We have a location here in Indian Trail. We have 2 locations in Myrtle Beach. There's one in North Myrtle and one in South Myrtle on the Strip.
Okay.
And just about a month and a half ago, they purchased a place out in Pinehurst, which is, if anybody watches golf, they know that's PGA country. So, it's out there to satisfy the needs of all the golfers.
So y'all got 4 locations.
4 locations. And my cigar is sold at all 4.
All 4. What's the name of the shop?
The Cigar Shop.
The
Cigar Shop, plain and simple. And the reason why they did it, in Myrtle Beach, man, there's probably 20 something cigar shops. So when you want to smoke and you're not from the area, I mean, that's a tourist area, right? So What are you going to type in your Google search? Cigar shop.
Cigar shop.
More than likely. Guess who pops up first? Cigar shop.
There you go.
No matter where you are in that area, we pick up first. So that's why they did that. And I mean, it was pretty daggone smart.
How long has the cigar shop been around? When did you establish the first location of the cigar shop?
Well, I don't own the cigar shop. I'm just a part of the cigar. But the cigar shop started 12 years ago. My cigar, the Brotherhood, was a thought. I was actually talking to one of the owners of the cigar shop, and we just, put a lot of thoughts together, and that's how we conceived the Brotherhood. It was now it's about 3 years ago. So
okay.
We put some thoughts on that. Yeah.
I'm going to pause you on that because I want you to I want you to get in depth on the Brotherhood #1. Like, it's a big inspiration for me. So I want you to get in depth on it. I'll give you a little secret right now. I brought 2 Talkin Sticks World. I brought 2 from the cigar shop. I gave 1 out to a good friend, a good supporter of mine, of Talkin Sticks. He's a behind the scenes guy, and I gave him the cigar yesterday. And I'm going to sit here and tell you, Jay, I had 10 people just look at your cigar and ask about it and ask how to get it up here in New York. So me and you gonna talk. We're gonna talk some more about that right now because you got some inquiring minds up here on how it tastes. Yeah. I told them I didn't light it up. I'm only lighting it up on Tuesday night, and then I'll get back to them. But if you just like the look of it, you can purchase. But for the cigar shop, since you told us the 4 locations, and yes, Myrtle Beach is very big, especially you got Bike Week and tourists.
Yep.
And if you are a cigar enthusiast and you're a bike owner and you go down there, go to the cigar shop, show them some support, show them some love, get a cigar, sit down, park your bike outside maybe, and have a good time. But what is the theme of the cigar shop Indian Trail?
Okay, so the theme is actually family, man. The cigar shop grew from a group of guys playing poker to like I said earlier, to a trailer, to a storefront, and now there's multiple storefronts, and it was built on family. Everybody that walks through that door feels like they are a part of the family from the minute they walk in to the minute they walk out. It's very all-inclusive. Like if you look at the Brotherhood cover, I'll try to move a little bit, but if you look at these hands, if you look at the
Yes.
hands, there's male hands, there's female hands, there's rings, there's tattoos. Everybody feels like they are a part of it, which is what I incorporated into the cigar.
Okay. I like that. I mean, I've been down south. I posted on my page about another cigar shop. But when I went there, I felt so at home, and just to hear from you, you're in the same area, not too far off from that area. It shows that hospitality that you give off, that personality, that spirit, that those good vibes, like you just give it off. And
I try, man. I appreciate it.
If the cigar shop is like that, next time I come down, I'm sitting down and I'm posting myself up in the cigar shop. I'm taking a picture and I'm doing it. And I want to tell all our viewers to stop at the cigar shop, Brotherhood, Indian Trail, Myrtle Beach. And what's the other location again, Jay?
Pinehurst. Yep, Pinehurst. PGA country. Yep.
Pete, please, all our golfers. I know our golfers love cigars. All our golfers, please stop there and have a cigar. But Jay, since we talked about the cigar shop, Indian Trail, I want to talk more about Mr. Jay Lowe himself, and the man that holds many titles. Please, give us some history about yourself. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I am. I told you earlier before we got on, but I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I grew up in Charleston, West Virginia, and that's where I'll call home. I went to West Virginia Tech. And played basketball there for 4 years. Had a great time, made a lot of friends, kissed some babies, shook some hands, you know what I mean? Had a good time. I am a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Okay. 2006. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's where the purple and gold comes from. You know what I mean?
That's where the purple and gold. I'm happy that I got. So you are my first fraternity member here on the interview show, and
yes, sir.
I know you. I know. I read a little bit of a book, so I know I can't ask certain questions and everything. But thank you for what you do. Thankful for how your fraternity gives back to the community, gives back to the neighborhood, gives back to HBCUs, and help brothers and sisters and individuals who are trying to better themselves and grow an opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
I thank you for that.
Oh, no problem. I mean, that's what we do. That's why we're here. That's the whole basis of the Black fraternities and sororities, to uplift our community. Like I said, I'm a part of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. I'm a member. And also I joined the military right after my last year of college. So I'm a part of the Air National Guard. I've been in 13 years.
13 years. Did you go in as enlisted or did you go in as an officer?
Enlisted? I went in enlisted.
Okay.
Yep. And I had one of those crazy stories, man. I was supposed to go overseas to go play ball and got hurt. And I didn't know I was going to pay for my last year of college, man. So I ended up joining the military. And, I wish I would have listened to my assistant dean throughout my process, because he told me to do ROTC. And I was like, man, I'm playing ball. I'm not going to the military. Well, guess what? I ended up joining the military, after I got hurt, and I kicked myself in the butt all the time for passing up that opportunity. But it's life. Things happen. You can't project it. You just kind of just take it day by day.
Well, you are my second interviewee who is a member of the military, and thank you 110% for your service. I do come from a military family, like I said before. I have my grandfather. He did 30 years in the Army, World War II. He got drafted for World War II. He served in the Vietnam War. I'm very proud to have his military uniform here in my house, have his Purple Heart here in my house.
That's beautiful.
I
That's
have
beautiful.
I have my father who is he served in the Marines, my stepbrother who served in the Marines, and my brother who served in the Air Force. So from this side,
Oh wow, yeah,
this side, we thank everybody and each and every one who is in the military and who makes that self-sacrifice. We thank you 100%.
no problem, brother. Anytime, man. That's what we do. It seems like my whole life is circled around service. You know, service before self. You know what I mean? For fraternity, military. Uh, you know, I'm a father. You know, the cigar shop, I treat it the same way. You know, that's family, and when I'm in there, you know, I do what needs to be done.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about cigar lounges, cigar shops, is that when you walk through those doors, it's you're not just a regular person, you know.
Right.
You're coming in to sit down, even if you don't sit down, just to purchase a cigar, just for someone to come from behind the counter and ask you, you know, you need help. What do you like?
Yep. Service
To guide you in the right direction. And then once
Yeah.
you sit down, it's a whole nother experience.
Mm-hmm.
Once you sit down, it's a whole nother experience. So let's keep moving forward, Jay. Let's keep moving forward. Since we're smoking the Brotherhood number one cigar, please tell the Talkin Sticks family about the cigar. I know you briefly went into it, but
Yes.
tell us the history about the cigar.
Okay. I'll take off where I started earlier. So this cigar pretty much the thought started with me and the owner of the cigar shop, Nathan. We were talking about, you know, what's going on in the world, you know, all this black, white, you know, all this hate all over the place, you know, how can we do something in a cigar shop to keep folks uplifted and keep it positive? You know, how can you get more minorities in there? Because Monroe is a predominantly white area, you know.
Okay. So, Monroe County predominantly of.
Okay, so Monroe is actually, it's predominantly white, you know,
Okay.
and there's a lot of minorities that would just come by and they would purchase their cigars and they would leave. So he was like, man, I want to keep everybody in here, man. Like, this is a great place. And it really is. It really was when it was down there, but now it's even better because the new location is actually in Indian Trail, which is 15 minutes closer to Charlotte. Which makes a world of difference, you know, but it's all family in there. It's all family. So we just tossed around some ideas, you know, about what we wanted to do. And he was like, you know what, I really believe in your ability and what you're doing. And he was like, you should make a cigar. Well, he already had the connection with Oscar.
Okay.
So, you know, the rest was history.
So your inspiration came from somebody else to make a cigar?
Yeah, for the most part. Like I said, we bounced a lot of stuff off of each other, but he really inspired me to want more and to push for more, especially because he had, you know, he just saw a lot of me. So that really helped me a lot. That pushed me along the way.
So, all right. So I'm gonna get off question a little bit. I just want to ask you, when did you started smoking cigars? When did Jay start smoking cigars, and what got Jay into cigars?
I started smoking cigars about 6 years ago. Well, it was 6 years ago when I was overseas and I was deployed.
Okay.
When you're overseas, you do the same thing all the time. You know, every day it gets monotonous after the first like 2 months, right? So stress starting to set in. You know, I had some things going on at home. So when the guys was like, "Hey, man, smoke a cigar," I was like, "Man," I was always one of those people that were against cigars, not even cigars, against anything smokeless. You know, cigarettes, anything. So he lit a cigar, and I was like, "Man, that smells good." I I said, you know what, man, can I try one? He gave me one. And next thing you know, I'm smoking 3 a day, you know. And
Yeah.
this was like 6, 7 years ago. And it's been going strong ever since, man. I just fell in love. Once I got home, I would just sit on my back deck and smoke cigars by myself. It was
Okay.
like my free time. It was my zen. It was my time to unwind and to just get the day over with and decompress. So it got
I can
cold.
relate to that.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it got cold one night in Charlotte, which is rare. It got cold, and I was like, man, like people were telling me that there was Facebook groups for cigar smokers. So I got in one, and I introduced myself in a group, and I was like, "Where's there to smoke?" And they said cigars, etc., off Monroe Road. So I went there, and I met this lady Queenie, and man, I just been with cigars ever since. It's been great.
That's good to hear. That's what cigars are for me. Once I finish a day of work between my old career, my new career, and I come home now, I feel you 110%. You just come, you have a cigar, you decompress, you relax, you just enjoy the appreciation of everything that you're doing, and it gets you in a different mind frame to continue for the next day. So you knocked out 2 questions right there, Jay. Your inspiration behind it. Is there any more inspiration behind the Brotherhood Cigar number 1?
I would say that my fraternity, man, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, has been amazing to me. I've met a lot of brothers all over the world, not just here in a few states. I've been all over the world, man, and I thought that I would do something, for the brothers to enjoy, but also for anybody else. I mean, the name is the Brotherhood, but it's bigger than that, man. The cigar world is all family, which is a huge thing. That we can all be, all inclusive like that. So
I want to indulge in that real quick because I read a little bit of your profile on the cigar shop. I did not know that you played basketball. I am a basketball fan. I am a basketball player myself. So I want to put it out there. I want to get some questions to you. What position you played when you played? What position you play in ball?
I was a utility man, so I could play anything. I was Division II basketball player.
Okay.
So 2, 3, 4. At the time, I mean, I'm only 6'2", but I was fast, I was strong, and I could jump higher than most. So and I had a lot of basketball IQ. You as a basketball player know, especially being older now, how much this means on the basketball court. So I had that at a young age.
If you could pick it up at a young age and understand defense, understand offense, understand a player, it takes you a lot further the younger you are. I mean, I'm not as tall as you, Jay. I'm only 5'6", 5'7". So someone your height, I'll take on any day. You know what I mean? I would love that challenge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all about the challenge, man.
What's one of your favorite teams? Since we go to go off topic a little bit, Talkin Sticks family, we gonna go off topic a little bit. But I want to highlight Jay. What's one of your favorite? What's your favorite team?
College or NBA?
Let's do both.
Okay. College, I really don't have a favorite team. I just like to watch college basketball because they get after it. But trying to make it to that next level, I want to see all those young boys do great, man. Because sky's the limit out here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Sky's the limit, and you can be seen at any time. You never know who's watching. Like you said about the cigar shop earlier. All it takes is one good game to get on the map. That's all it takes, to be honest. It can put you on the map. NBA, I would say I'm just going to go with the hometown Hornets. because I just want to see them be great, man. Because I know what the city used to be, and I know it can be great again. You know, the city's building. Hopefully, the payroll is building. You know, they're getting some good pieces in here, so I like to see them do well. But I'm not really an NBA basketball fan, to be honest.
Really?
Mm-mm.
You think you think it changed a lot?
It changed too much, and I don't really like to watch it into the playoffs.
Mm.
You know, which really saddens me because I love basketball, but I feel like the game has just gotten. I won't use that word. That's a bad word. I just think the game has just changed too much for my liking.
Okay.
And now I sound like an old head.
You're 80s baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
So, being an 80s baby, who is Jay's favorite player from being an 80s baby?
You know, I'm not even gonna say the GOAT. I mean, that's a given.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, and I'll say Michael Jordan just in case somebody doesn't realize who that is. The GOAT. I would have to say his sidekick, man. Scottie Pippen was a dog.
Okay. All right. Scottie
Pippen in the early 90s. Yeah, Scottie was a dog.
Scottie got that wingspan, man. That wingspan on defense. He was an excellent all around player. I'm going to say,
which is why I liked him. I like Scottie because he was he reminds me of myself. I was a utility player. You know what I mean? Like I could guard the best. Actually, I guarded the best player every game. Almost averaged double-digit rebounds. You know, I never turned the ball over. You know, taking charges. You know, diving after balls. I did all that stuff, man. So that's why I love Scottie.
I'm going to sit here and tell you, since we talking about some being 80s babies and early 90s players. One of my favorite players to this day still from then was Penny Hardaway.
Hands down. Yes.
I love Penny. I'm always going to give Mike his credit every single game.
Yeah.
I go back and forth with my boys. I'm going to give Mike his credit every single game, but Penny, man, Penny was he was a big inspiration for me growing up playing ball. When he stopped playing, for me, you know, God bless him, was Kobe, man. Kobe, I used to watch, once Kobe started playing, I watched every single game, move, everything Kobe did, and I try to add it to my arsenal. And, you know, I'm a short guy. I'm 5'6", 5'7". So
a lot of people did, though.
It was just, basketball back then was a different thing, man. It was a different thing. Right. I think now you really get to see the heart of the players when it comes to the playoffs, like you said.
Yeah.
But, you know, I kind of feel, you know, we're talking about things. The players are playing more smarter, where they extend their length of playing, and, you know, they extend which extends their money. So, you know, I agree. I could sit here and say I can accept and I understand the smart basketball moves that they're making today. But, you know, being 80s basketball fans growing up, 90s basketball fans growing up, you know, we like to see that heart and then play it all out.
That's the difference, though, is the longevity.
Yeah, the longevity is a big difference.
Yeah. Like you said, man, it's a money game. You got to respect it.
Mm-hmm.
Got to. Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. I understand. I just sometimes, you know, I just like, damn, like it. I guess I'll watch it half, but I ain't really excited.
Yeah, I feel you.
You miss your Dennis Rodman. You miss your Charles Oakley. You miss Charles Barkley coming down banging on somebody, and, you know, you miss your Patrick Ewing and John Starks.
Oh,
you miss your rivalry games that were dogs. You know, the guys that come out.
Let's get further and say we miss David Robinson, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
You know, those
Yep.
dudes who went in and played their positions, the 4, the 5, and they gave it all, and then they did it. I don't know if they reluctantly did it. It may be a talk for someone who could get them on the get them on the show to say if they reluctantly changed their game to being 3-point shooters. I know Rasheed Wallace did, but Ben Wallace, he kept that 4-5 position true. You know, banging down low. Rasheed Wallace took it out. Kevin Garnett took it out. Dirk Nowitzki took it out. You know, it is interesting. I do want to hear why they decided to take their game out past the free throw line, past the post to the 3-point line. You know, maybe somebody watching the show. Maybe somebody watching this show could reach out to them if they know them that well and get them to answer those questions.
Yeah, that's true.
But I want to get back to you. I want to get back to the Brotherhood Cigar. I know you mentioned that Oscar, he makes your cigars.
Yes.
I want to ask a personal question is, so since Oscar makes cigars, tell us about how that came about.
Perfect.
If you can.
Yeah. No. I'm wide open, brother. I'm wide open. So the cigar shop actually started. There's a few lines that they started. The first one is called the Barber Pole 2012. I'm sure you've seen it, and I'm sure you've seen the other Oscars, the 2012 series.
Yes.
There's an orange one, a yellow one. Okay, well, there's a barber pole. That barber pole started at the cigar shop exclusively, just like my cigar, right? But the cigar was selling so well that they were like, man, we got to make this cigar national.
Okay.
You know, so the cigar ended up going national. And then we also have the Dilemma, which is another cigar, which is it's like a short filler, right? This is a bundle cigar that you'll pay $4 for, but it sells like hotcakes. It's almost like a quorum, but it's actually better quality, right?
Okay.
I'll say that. Nobody else can say that, but I'll say it. It's like a quorum, or like the little budget cigars.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in a Toro size. So he was like, I was talking to Nate, and he was like, man, I could hook up this trip to Honduras. We can go see, Honduras and do this and do that. And I was like, boom, well, let's make it happen. Well, Nate actually had to go the first time. He went down there for regular business, and we already had things rolling. So it was like, all right. So he's like, I have some samples, smoke them, blah, blah, blah. I won't bore you with that whole process, but you smoke the samples, you pick out what you like. The roller was like, yes.
Break it down, brother. Right? Break it down. It ain't no boring us right here. You got cigar enthusiasts watching it, so break it down. Break it down
for you. So we got some samples. Man, when you go on cigar tours, when you go on all these other things, man, you'll smoke that on 100 cigars, man, in a week. You know what I mean? Okay. So Nate smoked some cigars and brought back what he thought, and then we chose, which route we wanted to go. Well, it was curtains after that, man. Once we got a hold of this Brotherhood blend, like I said, it's Sumatra and Nicaragua. It was like perfect, man. So
it is. I'm going to sit here and tell you right now, Jay.
Thank you.
It's smooth. It is smooth.
Yeah.
I got a Macallan double cast barrel 18 right
perfect
now.
Drink. Perfect drink for
it. It's going perfect right now. I'm just chilling right now.
I appreciate it, man. So the thoughts on the cigar were to close the foot. We wanted something different. So my cigar is complete opposite of everybody else's, right?
Okay.
So it starts off with the punch. When you close the foot, it gives it some more power. That's why when you first start smoking it, you're going to get that pepper, you can get that power. And then once you get past it, probably like the first third, it's going to die down. It's going to die down to a medium. And the cigar pretty much will stay medium until the last little bit, and then it'll get harsher. But it's still not like, you know, you smoke some cigars to the end, and you're like, man, it kind of tastes like just like that bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
You don't get that with this cigar. The burn is always razor sharp. You know what I mean? There's a good draw to it. You get some cedar, you get some leather, a little bit of leather. You know, you get a little herb. But the tastes aren't overwhelming. It's just enough. And you know, just wanted to do something different, man. So these cigars were actually completed. The cigars that we're smoking right now, they have about a year and some change age on them already.
Okay.
So it's not like some cigars that are rolled and you get them like immediately. Like you can smoke the cigar right out of the box, obviously, because you're doing it right now, right? Yeah,
I got no complaints right now. I could sit here and say I'm about to order a couple more when we get off this interview right now, to get in, to pass around to people, and also to have in my humidor.
I appreciate it, man. So, you know, we just wanted to do something for the people. I've been having fun with it. I wanted to give my boy Q a shout out, Cigar Guy 85. Make sure you follow him. He goes all over the states, man. He takes pictures at all these big events. He did TPE. He did the events in Houston, the Cigar Week in Houston, Cigar Week Atlanta. So every Thursday night at the cigar shop, usually I work. And I have my guys there that do poker. And I wasn't quite ready to release the cigar because I wasn't sure of how I wanted to do it. So I gave all the guys some cigars, and I let them know what it was, you know, that I finally was releasing it, which none of them knew that I had been working on this. So this is a surprise to everybody. I literally didn't tell a soul because I didn't want anybody's input. And we took some pictures. Well, the next morning, Q posted the picture in 15 different groups.
15.
Mind you, this is premature. I wasn't ready for this yet.
Okay.
You know, I was still game planning in my head, but you know what they say, scare money don't make no money.
Scare money don't make no money.
So my man, that's it. So my man put me out there in 15 different groups. And next thing you know, I get a phone call from the cigar shop like, yo, do you know this person from Hawaii? Hey, do you know this person from Colorado, Maine, Florida, Texas? I'm like, yeah, I know all these people, man. And it was people in my networks, excuse me. You know, once again, in the military, my frat, college, you know, there's so many different networks that I'm in that they're really just start buying a cigar, man. And I'm truly grateful.
Well, listen, I'm going to sit here and tell you right now, you got a #1 supporter in New York, and you got people, like I told you before, you already got people just looking at your cigar, looking at the label, looking how it's designed. And I tell anyone, the design is crazy. Oscar comes up with some crazy designs. I love his artwork. I love the fact that you got that artwork on your cigar, and it's an attention grabber. And if you're a cigar enthusiast who likes design that catches your attention, this is it right here. But then if you love a good, smooth, relaxing smoke, this is it right here. The BrotherHood #1 is it right here. So, by me saying that, I kind of want to ask you personally, how did you feel when you closed that deal? How did you feel when you closed that deal? I mean, I know you've done a lot in your life, being in the military, joining a fraternity, finishing college, playing D2 ball. Like, put like if we can right now talk about like each of those milestones, completing it, doing it. Like, how did it feel doing this one compared to everyone else? Everything else.
Well, I'll say I was super anxious. Super anxious. Of course, I believe in myself. You know, if you don't believe in yourself, who's going to? So, you know, I believed in myself. Nate from the cigar shop and all my cigar shop family believed in me. All my family here in Charlotte, all my cigar family in Charlotte, and you know, believed in me in everything that I've done. They've always supported me. But you know, I was just super anxious to see how everything was going to play out. Like the deal was nothing.
Okay.
The deal means nothing if you're a bust. So for me, I'm like, I really have to come up with the marketing game plan, with the game plan to push my cigar. Because I mean, just think about it, man. We grew up in the '90s, bro. Think about the one-hit wonder, right?
Yeah.
You talked about those guys for a few months, and it's like, man, who is that?
Who's that afterwards? Yeah.
Hey, that's not me. That's not me. You know, even though this is my first cigar, man, I think the love was overwhelming. The support, all the shout outs, and you know, people wanting to do different things, and now it was more open to ideas because it was released, it was done. There's nothing they could do to change it. But now anything that you offer me is only going to help me under the umbrella. You know what I mean? So, you know, just trying to think of what to do next. And I know that's one of your questions coming down the line. You know, just truly grateful, man. Just truly grateful and just still trying to keep it moving. You know, I can't reach everybody on social media, but I can try.
Well,
I can try.
That's what Talkin Sticks is here for. We're going to get the Brotherhood #1 out there even more. We're going to get the Brotherhood #1 in New York. We're going to get it in New Jersey. We're going to get it in Connecticut. We're going to get it in these states to support this man right here who has a dream, who's grinding at his dream, and he's performing a service that not a lot of people is willing to do. He's making a self-sacrifice, and he's still living a life and living the dream.
I appreciate it, man. And I mean, my cigar, thanks to social media. So my big thing, because the cigar released in 2020, my big thing was, you know, people aren't out and about, but people are on social media, and cigar smoking has increased tremendously to the point where all these, even the larger companies have, everything is backstopped. Nobody thought that they would be locked in the house with nothing to do. So people are smoking and drinking more. It's just, it is what it is right now. So I use social media platform and Zoom and, you know, a few other, trying to think of the little app that we use to communicate. But we did a lot of videos and, you know, just getting it out there. My cigar made it to every state in the last year, except for Idaho. That is the only state. And I don't know, I wish I knew somebody out there, because I would almost pay to send them cigars.
Well, we're going to hashtag. We are going to hashtag. In my next couple of posts, I'm going to hashtag Idaho cigar smokers.
Yeah.
To bring them to the page. And then hopefully they watch the YouTube videos, and we could get the Brotherhood #1 cigar popping and thriving and doing good in Idaho. Yeah,
man. So Idaho is the only one that hasn't had it. Countries has been to Germany and Japan. So I'm just super grateful, man, for all the love. Super grateful.
Okay. Well, I got to ask you right now, too, before we move on. What are you drinking tonight? I said I was drinking the Macallan Double Cast 18. What are you sipping on tonight?
Sipping on that Sazerac.
Okay.
I chose to sip on the Sazerac for quite a few reasons. But I feel like this cigar goes very well with Sazerac because it's not overwhelming. It's just enough. You know, you get the good flavors with it. Just man, it's just perfect. Simply perfect for me.
Well, break down a little bit more of Sazerac. I haven't heard of it before. So, is it whiskey? Is it bourbon? Is it cognac?
It's a bourbon.
Okay.
It's the bourbon. It's 45% alcohol, 90 proof.
Okay.
And this one that I'm drinking is a straight rye whiskey. And I'll show you that again. Oh, can you see it? There you go. My background is kind of hampering it, but it's not an overwhelming pour. Like I said, it's 90. You know, it's a good sipping bourbon. Very complex. It's perfect, man. I don't even have ice in it.
Are you a bourbon drinker?
Yes.
You're a bourbon drinker. Okay. I mean,
I
I
like
kind of knew
bourbon
that
and
already.
yeah, from my page.
Yeah,
I
I just wanted to get
I
it
love
out
bourbon.
there.
Yeah. So I love bourbon. I've been teetering with scotch here. I don't like the peaty scotches. I found out that because I started drinking a few rum cask scotches that I kind of like, but now I like the rum cask bourbon because I like those scotches. But my
Okay.
favorite scotches are the sherry cask. I really
Yes.
like the sherry cask. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Well, everyone out there, I know everyone got their own preference. But be open. Let's try it. Pair it with the Brotherhood #1. Get back to us. Comment on the page. Comment on the post. Let us know how it was, and let's go from there. But Jay, I mean, I know we went through a lot of questions tonight. We talked
Oh, it's
about a
all
lot
good.
tonight. Um,
Yeah.
I want to ask you the Talking Sticks question of the hour that I pose
Okay.
to each and every interviewee, only
Sure.
because I know sometimes people say, if you're trying to manifest a dream, keep it to yourself. But,
Yeah.
Talking Sticks is all about positive vibes. So if everyone else could support you and put that vibe out there and make your dream a reality, or make your goals a reality and make it happen and help it, what can the Talking Sticks family expect of the Brotherhood #1 Cigar? What can we expect coming?
Um, so I went to PCA in Vegas in May, at the end of May, trying to see what I could do next, who was open, to doing something next. So right now the jury is still out. Like I said, a lot of uh, the manufacturers have a lot of back orders. They're trying to fill their own stuff right now. So you know what? To be honest, I'm being patient. I would rather all of my stuff be right
Yes.
and be, 100% satisfactory for me. So when I send it to you, I know that you're gonna be satisfied too. So right now, it may not be called the Brotherhood #2. We're gonna see about that. But we're working on something, and it's gonna be great. I'll just leave it at that. It's gonna be great, no matter what the name is.
Okay. Well, listen, everybody here, I know for me, myself, um, especially for my very, very first time having Brotherhood #1,
Yeah.
it's just an enjoyable cigar. It's a cigar I'm going to add to my humidor collection. It's a cigar that I'm going to pass around. I'm going to purchase. I'm going to give out to individuals that like cigars, so they can taste it, they can smoke it, they can go to the cigar shop and purchase it. If you
Yes.
need information to the cigar shop, Jay's going to drop it. But I also want to
Yes.
say that if you can't catch what Jay is saying, if you don't watch all the way to the end of the interview to see where it's at, you can always go to Talking Sticks page. I got a
Yeah.
Talking Sticks post with 2 Brotherhood #1 cigars in the Talking Sticks shirt. And I have the cigar shop card up there. You got a phone number, you got a website, and you have an email to hit up to order your cigar for the Brotherhood #1. So everyone,
Yes.
please add the Brotherhood #1 to your humidor collection. Let's support a cigar enthusiast. Let's support a small business owner. Let's support an entrepreneur, because we all know, especially if you are a small business owner, entrepreneur, you know how hard it is to get your stuff out there. So let's support, let's make each other work, and let's just keep enjoying sticks. Jay, before we end for the night, I want to ask you, is there anything else you want to highlight about yourself or highlight about the Brotherhood #1?
Just where to buy it. Thecigarshop.com. Thecigarshop.com. The name of the cigar is the Brotherhood #1. Follow me on Jay Lowe Cigar Q, JLOWE Cigar Q. And then also, I wore some of my folk stuff today.
Yes,
Put some smoke in the air, the Brotherhood. And it's from a young lady from Memphis, Tennessee. On Instagram, her name is the housewife of Clarksville. And then also another sister of the leaf, Brown Eyed Smoke. I don't know if I'm trying to get this on the screen.
Yeah, it's there.
Embroidered cup.
It's coming in and out, but we got it.
It's an embroidered cup. It's a beautiful cup. She also does T-shirts, candles, and her name on Instagram is Brown Eyed Smoke. And Leaf and Barrels is another one, man. Leo's a good dude out in San Diego, man. He's my connect. But man, I really appreciate your time, brother. I wish you much success, progression. Just keep pushing, bro. Don't let nobody tell you no. You know what I mean? Sky's the limit out here.
Jay, I truly appreciate it, and like I said in the beginning of the interview, is that me and Jay met through Instagram. So social media it helps. It works. You just have to. You got to be diligent at it. Don't give up. When you get down, make sure you talk to those people who are going to have your back and encourage you to keep going. Even if they're a little aggressive, they're a little hard on you, it's because of what they see in you. It's because of what they see in you. And y'all got questions. If you're in the HBCU and you thinking about Omega Psi Phi, you know a man you could hit up. You could hit him up. You can ask him whatever questions that he can answer. Because there are certain questions that he cannot answer if you read that book.
That's right.
And I'm not going to say the book. I'm going to say do your research and understand that there are things that certain fraternities, certain sororities cannot answer. You got to go through for yourself. But it is a lifelong family that you are building. It is a lifelong family that you're building. Talkin Sticks here, Crewme here is not a member of a fraternity, but I will support every fraternity that is and have members that are a small business owner, that is an entrepreneur, just to get them out there, and because it's just good for you. So Jay, if there's nothing else, I want to say thank you, as I always say, for sitting down, talking with us. This is Talkin Sticks' second interview virtually, and we have many more to come because we have a lot of people who's locked in right now to do the virtual interviews out of state, out of the New York State area, and that's trying to get it out there. So thank you. You're inspiration to me, and I know you're inspiration to a lot of other people out there. And for Talkin Sticks, I want to say I'm your host, Crewme. I want to say peace, love, and God bless.